New study says ultra-processed foods can kill you. 3 takeaways coming next. All right, so we have a new study on ultra-processed foods, and in this study, they looked at 62,000 people and looked at different quintiles of ultra-processed food intake and trying to associate those with overall all-cause mortality, cardiovascular disease mortality, cancer mortality, and things like respiratory disease mortality. And they followed these people over 25 years. Now, the main things they found were compared to the lowest level of ultra-processed food intake, the highest level of ultra-processed food intake increased all-cause mortality by 6%. It also increased cardiovascular disease mortality by 8%. And it increased respiratory disease mortality by 10%. Now, what is my takeaway? Well, the first takeaway is we already know you should probably limit your intake of ultra-processed foods. The second takeaway is, while these were statistically significant, the overall power of the effect was very, very low. So the overall increase in absolute risk was 3%. Again, I'm not trying to minimize it. I'm just putting it in the appropriate context. Which leads me to my final takeaway. I try to point out to people that it is much more important the overall context of your diet. If you are consuming enough dietary fiber, if you're getting enough protein, if you're eating enough fruits and vegetables, if you are not smoking, if you are not drinking or very much limiting your drinking, if you are not engaging in a bunch of risky behaviors, if you're wearing your seatbelt, all these things make a much bigger difference than the highest intake of ultra-processed foods versus the lowest.